Sometimes I do despair when people stop and stare. No answer to my prayers, my face beyond repair. Sometimes I do confess I want to be at rest. The doctors did their best, my looks are still a mess. I serve my country well, they send me straight to hell. I swear I saw the shell explode. Now I hide away, got to hide away. So I hide away, yeah, I hide away. Sometimes to kill the pain, run bourbon through my veins. Can't find the one to blame, this is my last campaign. I served my country well, they sent me straight to hell. I swear I saw the shell explode. Now I hide away, got to hide away. So I hide away, yeah, I hide away. Now I hide away, I got to hide away. So I hide away, yeah, hide away. Then I saw you standing there, down in the street without a care. Brown eyes smiling at me, you gave me hope that I could be someone free. Now I won't hide away, I'll never hide away. No, hide away, I'll never hide away. No, no, hide away, I won't hide away. Never hide away, I'll never hide away. No, 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 no. Hello, welcome to Guitar Trek. That was Hideaway. I am Richard J. Dowling, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the story of the song. So, as you may know, if you've been listening to my ramblings on some of these videos, I've been listening to a lot of Northern Soul recently. Well, over the years, I've always listened to a lot of it. And Northern Soul, for those who are not sure about what it means, it's basically, it's like Motown. It became very popular in England, especially in working class communities in the 70s, in the 60s and 70s. And they would have all night, all-nighters, basically they were called, dancing to these classic tracks. And I think, well, there's always been, popular music by definition would be largely written from the perspective of working class people, simply because, well, in those days we had a working class, and so I don't find it strange that working class communities in Wigan or up north in England, which is why it was called Northern Soul in England, would have an affinity for predominantly black music from the States, because I think the communities had a lot in common. And one of the beauties of music is that it brings people together geographically or through time. I mean, I'm listening to a lot of stuff from the 60s at the moment, and in a certain sense you're involved in a conversation with people. The music is provoking an emotional response in you now, even though it was created whenever. So my point was, it's been something I've been trying to do for a long time, which is to write a Northern Soul style song. And what I usually do is I have an idea of the type of song that I'm aiming at, and hopefully I don't rip it off too much. In this case there were two tracks in particular. Back in the 80s there was a song called, I got to know the song in the 80s. It was a song called Tainted Love, which I thought was just an original by Soft Cell, but listening to a Northern Soul compilation I came across the original version, which is from the 60s, and it's very, very interesting listening to the two versions, because you get a completely different interpretation of what the song's about, depending on who's singing. Anyway, it has this sort of I don't know how to describe rhythms, insistent rhythm. And then there's another track which I don't even know if it was anything to do with the scene of Northern Soul, but it was "Good Thing" by the Fine Young Cannibals. It has this sort of, again, it's sort of insistent chord progression and beat. And so when I came to do something in this style, also I was aware that I've been writing a lot of songs with major chords and not many with minor chords. So I thought, okay, I'm going to start off with the minor chord. So it was actually my guitar. Right, okay, it's plugged in. So I just, on a whimsy, started off on the G minor. I can't seem to get everything into the shot at the same time, so it's G minor, and then the natural progression just came out. So that's G minor, then to F major. I think. I don't know if the guitar's getting out of tune. G minor, F major, and C major. And so the vocal melody came about pretty quickly. Actually, the chorus came first. So I was Hideaway. The word just came into my head without even really planning it. Which was good, because right away that suggested a theme. So lyrically, it's a guy who's it could have been a girl, but in this case, in my head, it's a guy who was hiding. So why was he hiding? And little by little, I sort of pieced together the story that it was a war veteran who was injured and disfigured in combat, and even after plastic surgery was still not able to return to a normal looking face. So people stare at him. He's very, very traumatized by the whole thing. And hopefully each part of the song gives you a little bit more of the story. So you get in the verses, the first two verses sort of introduce his situation. Then the pre-chorus, because I had the chorus, and it just felt right. I mean, again, these are things that just you go by your feelings. It just felt right that the verse would be this same riff, the G minor, F major, C major, F major. It just felt right because it was a nice progression that I wanted to keep the song based around. So you have the verse and the chorus using the same progression, which it seems like 90% of my songs do this. So I needed something to separate them out, a pre-chorus, and this C major, F major, C major, it just popped as soon as I played the C major. It just that sort of ascension melody just popped into my head. And I had, as usual, I had all of the melody worked out before I went back and did the lyrics. So the only lyric I had was the "Hideaway" in the chorus. But when I had all of the song worked out, it was quite easy to go back and just write the lyrics, just asking questions. So he's hiding away. Why is he hiding? Because he's disfigured. How did he get disfigured? He was in the war. And then for the bridge, it felt as though I should, I couldn't leave the guy there, so I wanted to give him some positive element. So in his room, he happens to look out into the street, and for once, somebody just happens to smile at him, sees him and smiles. Now it could be, it could be a girl. It doesn't really matter who it is. It could be a child. For him, it's just the recognition that suddenly he realizes that, that not everyone is going to be judging him on the way he looks. But I think more importantly, he realizes that if people are happy with themselves, they will be able to accept him, and that the problems he's been having are not really his problems. It's the problems of people who can't, for whatever reason, stop staring at him, and they don't seem to realize that what they're doing is hurting him. Perhaps I'm giving him more of the background than really exists in the song, but I'm just, I think it's nice to suggest things through the lyrics that then hopefully people, when they're listening to the music, can consider, and maybe it makes them think of other elements to the story. So it was quite easy to write. It was freaking difficult to play on the guitar because it's very repetitive, and unfortunately, as I'm doing this solo, I don't have a band around me to cover all the mistakes. But I think it came out well. I'm very happy with it because it feels like a song that's always existed. But hopefully, I mean, if you listen to this, I think once I've pointed out the genesis of the song, you can hear it and think, okay, yeah, that's in the vein of, say, Tainted Love or Good Thing. But at the same time, it's not derivative. I mean, it's its own thing. It's original. At least I hope it is. And so that's about it. Let me know if you've got any comments or any questions. It seems that the next song is going to be about Marmite, thanks to Connie and his friends. So another challenge for me awaits. Take care. Bye bye.